welcome back. My name is Julie Sutcliffe. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK under the name of the Paper Haven, and this is card 3 or design 3 of my summer stamper stack. We're using the full of life papers and the dotted circles embossing folder, and some of my lovely ladies went for the matching stamp set too, which is available in my online store in the description. Okay, so I've done a card without the folder. Very, very simple cards, these, really, really simple. So if you are a more seasoned crafter, please do feel free to upgrade your designs and go off-piste, as it were. I am never offended when anybody does that, because I love to see what people do. Now, these are the two designs. I cased this from one of my lovely new team members, Cheryl, who sent me a birthday card, very similar to this, but with a shopping stamp set. And originally I have used this square paper. It's got this on the back. But I do have these scraps left over, okay? So what I thought I might do is use these up, yeah? Thought I'd use them up rather than cut into another piece. Okay, so I'm going to do this one first, and I'll use this. So you need that sheet of fresh freesia. It was an A5 sheet. I've got mine here. You need that for this card, and we're using 2 white card bases, and then we need a smaller white circle, well, 2, and the petunia pop circles. So it's very purpley, this card. Okay, first things first, oops, I just need to recheck these measurements. That's fine. We're going to pop this in the trimmer. Actually, let's cut this way first. We're going to cut it to 14. So we're not cutting too much off. So we're popping it in portrait or vertical. We're cutting it at 14. And then we're going to flip it round. And we're going to cut it at 9.7. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the simple card first. Now, the simple one, it's entirely up to you how thick you want the paper. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim a little bit off this edge, because we've got this thicker white piece on the edge and it's wider than the white in between the squares. So I just wanted to trim that down, and I'm going to cut this so it's 4 squares wide. It's about 4.3 centimetres. Okay. And then what I need to do is I need to cut it so it's, I'm just working out, I need to cut it so it's equidistant. That's what I like to do, but I do want a little border. So I'm just thinking, no, that's too big a border. Oh, yes, Julie. No, I want that purple one on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 1 square off here. Sometimes you can't do measurements, you just have to go by eye. Okay? And then I'm going to cut off here. And just leave a little bit of white. See what that looks like. Oh, it's too long, because I wanted a little bit of purple border around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my mini trimmer. I'm just going to slither a little bit more of the white off. See if it makes a difference. actually. We'll go with that. We've got a tiny bit of fresh freesia. I don't know why I'm making so much effort for this simple card. And then what we're going to do is, I just thought I'd have a little strip going across just to make it seem less simple, as it were. Thought it might look quite nice going across. So that needs to be 9.7 wide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to 10, and then I'm going to trim it down from this end. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this in my mini trimmer. And hopefully I do wish we sold these to customers. I think I'd have really good sales. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on. Really, really simple card, this one. Just a tiny, tiny little border of freesia. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13. So there's 13, so I count up 6. So that's going to go across there. Yeah. And that should be in the middle. Although my squares aren't matching up. Oh, if I did that, look, the squares match up, and then I'll chop that off. I don't know why I'm whispering. Let's do that, guys. There we go. And then that's the card, the back of the card. And then I'm going to stick this on here. It does make it look a bit fancier, I think, with the smaller squares. And then I'm just going to stamp happy birthday wishes, but I think I'm going to use all the same colour. Because you know me, for those of you who watch my videos, I decide to do one thing, and then when I'm making it, then I do something else, which I think that's good. This is Berry Burst that I'm using. I'll do the other one while I'm... Oof, got a little bit of excess ink there, but it was fine in the end. Okay, so I've got my 2 greetings, and I'm just going to pop that over there with some foam pads, or we call them dimensionals in the Stampin' Up world. Okay, very simple card. So that's that one. And then this one. So there is a little bit of a technique to this one. And we are going to use some ribbon if you want to use ribbon. Now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, actually, I'm going to need to cut my paper down first. So I think for this one, I might just go with the 3 squares. And I might just use my little trimmer. Just going to trim that down. Just fathoming out my paper. There we go. Okay. So that's going to go there, all right? I can't remember how I did this. Yeah, I think I did it this way. So I'm going to glue that on now. When I say glue, for larger pieces now, I love my stamping seal, my tape runner. You must have seen that I've been using it quite a bit in my coffee and card sessions. Okay, so that's gone on the right hand side there. Right, now we're going to do a little bit of what we can call partial embossing. Okay, I've got a really messy desk, I apologise. I'm going to have a tidy up after this video, I think. So I'll just grab the machine here. Let's get this in shot. So I'm probably best to start from this side. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to pop this here. Okay, but we're only going to put it in up to the, we're going to leave the paper hanging out. Yeah. I think that's fairly easy to do. So just keep hold of it, nip it so it doesn't move. Pop this over the top and then off we go. And then by magic, look, we've done a little bit of partial embossing and it goes right up to the papers. I hope you like that. I love that idea that I came up with. Well, I didn't come up with the partial embossing idea, but when I saw Cheryl's card, I thought, oh, I'm going to try, see if I can get it to work and emboss up to there. So, and then I'm going to add some ribbon. Now, I've given you a metre of this. I wouldn't, you can use it on this card and then we're using it on one more card. So you should have enough for a couple of cards. If you don't like tying bows, then, I was going to say then don't, but look out for my beautiful bows class that's coming very soon, both online and in person. There we go, little bow. Oh, I think I much prefer this card in the smaller squares. Much prefer it. So, and can you see, look at the back there where it's just embossed up. It's cool, isn't it? And then I'm going to pop this up with some pads. Oh, I do love that. It's very, very purple. There we go. Card. Design number 3, let's say. Design number 3. There we go. Oops. Hope you've enjoyed that. Now, that was... we started that one at 11:30. So, actually, I'm going to let people have a little bit more of a break. It's not quite 12 yet. But I'm not going to come back on with the next video until 12:30. And I have to say I'm out and about today. Well, not today when I filmed it, but today when this goes live, because my son's playing cricket. So I'm likely to be commenting while I'm at cricket. If I don't comment, it's maybe because I'm driving on my way to cricket. But yeah, we've got a simple card and then we've got an upgraded one. And if you do want to get the embossing folder, it is a really, really good way of adding something extra to your designs. It's the first time we've done a large sort of A5 folder. I can't remember the price. I think it's around £11, but it's such a fantastic option to add to your cards. I think I had 8 people join up for the class. And 5 of you have the folder. Okay, so yeah, 5 of you have the folder. So the other 3, you might be wanting this now. Honestly, it is fabulous if you do have a die cutting machine that it can fit through. Right, I will see you back at 12:30 for card, or let's call it design number 4. See you then. Bye.